So we received a set of user stories from our product owner. So what we'll do is we'll go through each and every user story, and then we'll decide, how much time it will take for the sprint. So we'll go with three things. You can decide whether it is a small, a medium, or large. So I'll read the user story, and you can give your value to it. So finally, we'll discuss after we gather everything. We'll discuss, why you gave that value. So we'll get everything together, and then finally decide what to take into the sprint. Okay, shall we proceed? Okay. So the first user story we have is, so as a registered user, I want to be able to submit an article to a repository so that the repository is kept up to the date. Now, we need some flexibility in this, as we are filling a form. It could be you can submit a reference in a specific format like APA or bibliotext file. Also, we need a restriction here, like we can only allow PDF files because we need to keep copyrights in mind while doing this. Okay, shall we go?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the feature. Just give your take your time and do it.
Also write your name upon your check.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
No, it's okay. Fine. We'll open. We know where it is. Now,
Right.
should we?
Yeah.
One.
Share. Large, medium. Okay. We'll start from somebody. Can somebody? Okay.
The reason I gave it a large,
Yeah.
because one of the biggest criteria when giving estimation points or story points is the fact that we need to consider other user stories also in the backlog. So if I consider other user stories also in the backlog, they are relatively smaller. They'll relatively take smaller time. So any which way, when I take the ratio of time between those user stories and this user story, obviously there is a lot to do in this particular user story. So that's why this goes to large, not even medium, this goes to large. Because there are two other stories which can be considered as small, and there is one other user story which can be considered as medium. So this user story has to be large in relative comparison to all these
But
three.
Ashish, we need to consider this only with the point of view of the tester, not as a point of view of the developer. So developer has to decide whether it is a large or small. For us as a tester, it will be a small or medium story.
No.
No.
I accept with Ashish because the first user story, as we see here, we can break this main user story into 3-4 user stories.
Exactly.
Okay, so this makes it pretty big. So if we want to see it as a big user story, we can go with large. Like, yeah, even I have given large. But if you are breaking this into smaller, I want to register as a new user, and then you have to, if you go on with the details, further details, so we can end up having 4 to 5 use cases, including
So,
this.
So it is better to break this story
Yeah.
into multiple rather than taking this
I
as
think
an
There are two
individual.
options with this.
So we need to.
You can go both ways on it.
So that will be better.
Not necessary. It's not necessary every time you break up a user story, because every time you can't go back and assign some time, because every user story somewhere down the line takes around 2 weeks time. Okay. But if you break down every major user story that you come across, then what will happen that, say, till the time tester is working on it, the developer can't work. Till the time developer is working on it, some other guy cannot work on it. So that means
So
a
it
lot
will
of
be the
time.
simultaneous parallel process with the tester.
You need to, like something, say, if there is a user story, okay, it is a large user story. I say it has 3 parts. I break it down into 2 weeks ka sprint. So it becomes
We
annual.
are just breaking the user story. I am not telling that it should go in the next sprint. In one sprint, there will be multiple user stories.
She has a point and saying
We have to take input from the users, and then we have to put the restrictions like only PDF files need to be included for this purpose. And so it's a better option to divide this user stories,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Since we we are actually providing an option to upload a APA format or BibTeX format in a file, we need to pass this. There are two options: either manually we can input everything,
Yeah. Or with text format.
Yeah, when they input this, we need to parse this and then get all the fields out of it. So that kind of we need to we need to do some kind of research. How do you parse that everything? So there is one more thing, and thing is we need to model it, the input model. What are the things as a developer. So we need to start with that. So that again kind of takes some time. It's better we'll divide this into further tasks.
For the task.
Yeah.
Yeah.